Return to Glory podcast, episode 2, season 6. Fall camp right around the corner. Hunter Zarbnicki, Austin Rose, Dakota Freetag, and guest Jackson Weeks back joining us here on the podcast for season 6. Jackson, how many times have you been on the pod? Not enough.
Oh, 3 or 4 times, I think now. Enjoy talking Husker football. It's fun.
And now you're on camera.
This is on camera now?
On YouTube. You are live on YouTube. Not live.
Big time now.
Not quite live, but
I got some diet root beer.
great.
There you go.
Good night. A good night. Hanging out outside.
Jackson's out bearing the storms. Austin
Also, no power.
in the dark. You have a candle lit? Is that the
Oh, I got a
legacy?
candle lit.
Oh yeah.
Getting ready for the Halloween special.
That's scary.
What a night. I think a lot of storms went through, I guess, everywhere here in southeast Nebraska, east Nebraska. And I mean, hopefully everybody's houses are all okay. I think I heard my Omaha house has some limbs and stuff that went through my fence, so that's lovely.
Nice. Yeah, I saw there were a couple down trees, but I don't have any mature trees, so nothing I have to worry about. A new roof anyways from the hail damage last month.
Scared the crap out of me. I'm taking a nap in that weather. I jumped right up.
Clear skies in Auburn, guys, in case you're wondering on my update. Clear skies.
So worried.
Jack, I heard your OU rock. It's still
Oh,
standing.
yeah, it's still standing. It's amazing how everything on my patio fell over but the OU rock.
It's a rock.
Stands the test of time.
All right. Well, glad you could be with us, Jax. We went through our kind of expectations, just high level overview off season on our first episode, but want to give you the chance to do the same here. Talk about, I guess, where your head's at over the last few weeks or few months, I guess, after last season gets over, spring game happens, and then fall camp starting up. Jax, where's your head at?
I don't know. I'm really excited to I'm excited for it to start. I obviously hope we're really good, but it's hard to in this day and age believe all the hype, obviously. So just excited that Husker fans always find a way to generate some positivity and some excitement going into the year. So I'm kind of at the point now where I always ask people, I'm like, what are our weaknesses? What are we not good at? What are we good at? And I mean, it seems like we got some good players, and it starts with that, and hopefully we can, make some noise. It'd be fun to feel like you had a chance to win every game again. So that's what I'm hoping for. So
Do you think we got a chance to win every game?
I mean, hopefully you got a chance to win every game, but no, I don't foresee us winning every game, obviously, but I just I guess find a way to get to have an exciting season, have a chance to play for something as deep as possible, and obviously if you make a bowl game, win 7 or 8 games, that's going to feel like real progress. So then you never know. You start winning, get some confidence, get it rolling a little bit. You never know what you can do. Obviously you got a schedule that gives you a lot of opportunities, especially late in the year, and so I think it'll tell a lot about Coach Rule and this coaching staff this year, and all the hype that we have around the guys that we've brought in that we think are really good. I guess it's time to see what they're really all about. So it's exciting, but you know what? It can the last 4 or 5 years it's been exciting like this, and then about 3 hours later on a game day, it's not so exciting anymore. So I hope that excitement lasts a little longer than years past.
I think the schedule sets up well for us this year. After talking a couple of people from work today, this is a big year for recruiting for Matt Rule. And like if we go 5-7 or 6-6, that's not going to help. But if you do go 7-5, 8-4, 9-3, that tells recruits this thing's moving in the right direction. So it is a year two, I think, and as the rules done in the past, is a big turning point year. And if you can turn that corner and prove to the recruits that this is moving in the right direction, it's a positive sign. Austin, like, what are your thoughts, I guess, on Rule in year two? Is if I'm going to play the devil's advocate, if things go south, what's the impact? How's Husker Nation going to react?
That's a good question. I mean, probably poor old me, same old, same old. I don't think anyone's gonna be calling for his head after year two. I really don't. Um, because at that point that just becomes indicative of like, okay, this is just who we are. Maybe it becomes a little more of a, coming to God moment of this is what we are. If we do have a down year and there's no reasonable explanation, like, if we go 5-7 and both Harburg and Rayola get injured game 3 and they're out for the year, it's like, okay, it's going to be totally dependent on how we lose those games. But I really think it would be more of maybe this is just who we are. We're not calling for Roll's head yet because it's year two. A little more of that justification of like, well, it's only year two and his guys really aren't here yet. And, you probably get a lot more of that. But it
And
wouldn't be great.
and Dak, on the flip side, there's a ceiling. What are Husker fans going to be like if we hit that ceiling this year?
Well, okay. First off, your first 7 games, you should have no problem winning those. If you lose 2 of them, I think it should be full panic mode because that's the easiest 7-game stretch you're going to have for a long time to start out the year. I think that should be full panic mode. But say you go 7-0, the hype train going in that Ohio State game is going to be nuts. And then it'll probably be like a couple years ago when the game day came here. They'll probably get blown out, but if they hit the ceiling this year, I think. I mean, what do you guys think the ceiling would be?
Oh, we're going to talk about that. That's why I didn't say what it is yet. I just wanted to see what do you think? Are you going to be annoyed by Husker fans if we're 10-2?
No, because
No.
I'm one of them.
No, I won't. Because hell, they haven't had a good year. You guys haven't had 10 wins in how long? Oh boy, 2015 probably.
We don't want to talk about
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think they'll be too obnoxious if they go 10-2 with how their schedule shapes out.
Well, that is what I want us to do here. Kind of set the stage for today's episode. We're going to go through each game, our schedule. We're not really going to break the other team down as much, but we're going to give a percentage chance of winning each game. And when we're all said and done going through it, each of us, we're going to talk about our floors and our ceilings, and then our percentage chances are going to give us like where we think we're actually going to end up. I think some people with their floors and ceilings are a little more aggressive and set it a little more narrow, where some people it's very high, very low. I feel like every year I just always see such a very low floor and a very high ceiling with how things could go because there's just so many unknowns. And I mean, last year was obviously with the new coach, but this year there's a brand new freshman quarterback. So that we will do at the end. But yeah, let's go through our schedule one by one. I am going to share a screen with you guys. I don't know that if the people on YouTube are going to be able to see it. I'm doubting that, but we will post this on our Twitter page and in the comments on YouTube. By the way, the YouTube channel, forgot to mention that last time, is Return to Glory podcast. I think there's some Tiger Woods stuff out there. There's I think some other sports one. So hopefully we get above that eventually, but it is out there. You can find it if you look close enough. And then, yeah, we are still on Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts there as well. So, all right.
We've got to be the top search already.
You think?
Oh yeah, we got that fan base behind us.
Okay, can you guys see this fine?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So here's how we'll do this. It's out of 100%. 0% means we don't have a chance at winning. 100, there's no chance of losing. You can go anywhere in between. I didn't put the point spreads on here. I may add that before we post a graphic, but UTEP, I think we're like I want to say it's like a 28-point favorite. I'm going to give us a 97% chance. And add commentary where you think you need to.
I feel like if you're that large of a point favorite, I had to go 99%. Like, yeah, we're not losing to UTEP.
90%. You're starting a freshman quarterback first game out. There's always a shot you could lose that game.
No.
And you guys have lost a couple. When's the last time you guys won your first game?
Like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We played Big Ten teams first
Georgia
game.
Southern.
Last 5.
Georgia Southern, wasn't it? South Alabama.
Georgia Southern was in week 1.
It was South Alabama. I went to that game.
South Alabama.
And they almost lost.
They didn't almost lose, but they should have beat them worse. That was the last time we were rated 25th in the nation under Scott Frost, year 2. Okay, I'll go 96%. Give you a different number in the 90s. I think we'll win that. I've heard UTEP's got a fiery coach, so hopefully we're ready to rock for that one.
Jax does not want to talk about his experience playing UTEP on
38-17 at home. I've learned though. I learned though. I learned.
All right, we'll go reverse order here. So just for you guys, whoever I have highlighted, that means you're up. So Jackson, you get to start with the Buffs.
I'm going to go 40-60. I think we're the underdogs in that game. You know what? Like, everyone thinks we're going to roll these guys. They got 2 of the best players in college football, regardless of who else they have. So I just think I'm kind of being negative when I say that. I'm kind of being, when's the last time Nebraska's won a game like that? When's the last time Nebraska's won a game like that? Oh, they're supposed to win this game against a formidable opponent. Like, when's the last time they won a game like this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So I'm going to say we're the underdogs until we prove differently.
I got 60% they win this game. You're at home, and I don't think Colorado.
What does that matter though, Dak? What is that? That hasn't mattered in the last 10 years.
I don't think Colorado's really that good though. They have those 2 players. Other than that, they don't have an offensive line. They don't have a defense. I don't know. I don't think they're very good outside of Travis Hunter and Shador. But those 2 can win you a game pretty easily.
They beat us pretty bad last year.
Yeah. You also had a ghost of a quarterback, though.
Jeff Sims, yeah. True.
I went 57. I lean more towards Dak. I agree they have the 2 best players, but I think we have the next probably best 8.
This is such a weird one for me, and I'm right at 50-50. For all the reasons both of you guys said. The thing I'll add, I mean, there's a lot of unknowns for us. Colorado, there's so many unknowns too. Yeah, they kicked our ass last year. They did. They also finished 4-8. They're also supposedly supposed to have a better offensive and defensive line, which, I mean, that was one area where we actually succeeded against them, was sacking Shador last year. So, like, there's just so many unknowns on both sides of the ball. And yeah, we're at home. Yeah, it's a night game. But Colorado's beat us the last 3 times we played them. Like, I get different regime, but they did kick our butt last year. And it's just hard to know. It's like so hard to know. I think Husker fans think we probably will or should win this game because we're at home and it's a night. But that like Jackson said, why? So I'm just putting a 50-50 number on it.
And think of it this way: last year they beat us the worst at all 3 times. It was last year. So I don't know. Hope we're getting closer.
Austin, I'd like to come back to this after the first game though, because that first game I think will change a lot of people's opinions about it. If you look like shit, sure. If you look great, it'll change everybody's.
That's why we love our midweek episodes, Dak, because we will come right back to it. Austin, I'll let you start. Northern Iowa.
I did 93%. I think it should probably be a little bit higher, but it feels like a little bit of a trap game coming off Colorado.
Dak?
90%. I'll never give Huskers above 90% against non-Power 5 schools until they prove it.
I know nothing about you and I. 90%.
They're not FBS. I'm going 98. We better not lose to a school, or it shouldn't be competitive. It shouldn't.
They're not Division 1?
No, they're FCS.
Oof.
They're Division 1, but they're FCS, not FBS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Friday night game. Illinois comes to town. Dak, I'll let you start on this one.
70%. Boy, I don't. I think this year is totally different because of your quarterback play. Like didn't you beat Illinois last year with Jeff Sims, or was that Harburg?
Harburg.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you had Harburg you had a pretty bad quarterback last year, and you still beat him. I think you should beat him pretty easily. But they got Bielema, so he could always pull something out of his ass.
Yeah, I agree. I've got like 60%. I don't know. I think Bielema's a good coach. I think they'll have at least a good plan, and I don't think any of them are gimmies for us.
I think this one we'll be ready for, regardless of how the first 3 games go, just given it's the first conference game of the year. I do like our chances at home. Like, I think we're a better football team than Illinois. I also think Bielema's a good coach, and I think he's going to try to keep it close. I don't think we're going to blow them out, but I do like our chances to win that one at home. I'm going to go – I'm going to go a little higher than Dak. I'm going to go 73.
I went 65. Basically the same things. I really think we should win it, but I don't historically I can't confidently say we will win it. So
okay.
short week.
Purdue on the 28th. We go to West Lafayette. You want to talk about potentially a little snoozer spot? It's probably going to be an 11 a.m. kick. I think we get off to a slow start. A little scary. I do think we're better than Purdue. I think they're the lowest win total in the conference, if I remember right. But it's on the road, and Ross-Ade can be, again, a sleepy spot. I'm gonna go 63%.
Wow. I had 62. Right on.
Yeah, I had 65. I feel like we all are feeling like same thing here.
70. I'm going.
Doesn't that lower it?
Oh, my bad. Reverse it. 50, 60, 60. My fault.
Is Hudson Card still their quarterback?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not good.
It's weird because they obviously went from like an air raid with all these quarterbacks the last 5 or 6 years. They're still throwing it a lot. It's not quite as much.
They're
more
OC,
like a run pass option.
Yeah, the OC is a little bit, but he likes to spread it out. He likes to air it out.
I'm a little scared their defense could be more improved this year.
Wait. Time out. I give us a 70% chance to win that game.
Okay.
That's what I said first, right?
Yeah. Then you lowered it to 50 because you were going.
Oh, I see what you said. Okay, my fault. No, I'm good. It's when me and you go together.
Well, we're getting to that one.
We're getting there. Yep.
All right, Jax, you get to start. Rutgers at home.
Rutgers, I don't know. I think Rutgers is gonna be pretty good. I want to give us an underdog spot here, but I think we're gonna be playing well at this point in the year. So give me 50. I think it's a coin flip. And when I say I think it's a coin flip, I hope it's a coin flip. Like I think Rutgers is gonna be pretty good.
I also had 50. I'm with you. I think they're going to be good. I think this could be the toughest game out of your first 7-game stretch.
Yep.
I think Rutgers is going to look good, but I don't think they're actually good. I had 70.
They always look good 6 games in.
I'm a little bit nervous that Rutgers could be, like you guys said, a dark horse to make a little noise in the Big Ten. But I don't. I mean, we're at home, like best fans in America, right? Self-proclaimed. So like we should be fine at home. Here's what I'm a little scared of. If we are 5-0 right now going into this game, it is a big time trap game. Rutgers is really going to be up for it. I mean, I guess I have us favored potentially in all of them, but I'm going in between you guys at 60. It's a weird game. Like if we're 5-0, that number lowers for me, but if we're 4-1, it raises. Okay, and we get a week off to prep for the Hoosiers of Indiana on the road. Austin,
Feel pretty good about this one. I did 79.
Yeah,
100%. I cannot explain how bad I think Indiana is going to be.
What? Okay.
I like
think
how
they
you
might
won't
be the
give us
worst
above a
team.
90 for a non-power 5 or not even D1 FBS school, but 100% for Indiana.
I think Indiana's the worst team in the nation.
What's their coach's name? Cigar Boat. What is his last name?
Signetti.
Signetti. He said they're going to be national champs like tomorrow or the next day. So I don't know. Have you guys heard him? Have you heard him talk on Big Ten Media Days?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he's crazy.
He is.
Okay, I like
he is. Yeah.
Is he PJ Fleck crazy or what?
No, he's like cocky. He said
Okay.
he came up there Big Ten Media Days, said, "All right, I want to talk about facts here. The last time that a team I coached was picked last in the division, we won it. And Indiana's picked last in the division this year." He's like, "I'm just talking about facts." Anyway, it was funny.
Where did he coach before this?
James
Wow.
Madison.
James
He's
Madison.
the James Madison guy. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's cocky. Me and Hunter are going, but I don't know. Give me 75% chance we win. Just me and Hunter are going, so maybe it should be lower, but Cern's going too, so that should even it out.
Guys, this is the trappiest game of trappiest that it can get. It's the week before
a bye week though.
Yes, that's even more reason because we have Ohio State the week after, and especially if we're 6-0,
You ain't gonna be looking at them.
it is the biggest trap game ever because the bye week if we're 5-0, I don't know why I'm even saying that, but if we're 5-0, like we are gonna say, okay, we got Ohio State in 2 weeks. Like, what are we gonna be doing for Ohio State for that bye week? And I hope our staff doesn't do it, but I could easily see them prepping a little Ohio State a couple days that week. It has trap written all over it. The spread for this game, the look ahead line is 3.5 only for Nebraska. And I saw that and I was like, holy shit. Like,
when is Ohio State's bye week?
I'm not sure when Ohio State's is. And the fact that I'm going, I have to factor that into my percentages. I mean, I do. So, I mean, I'm not gonna go 50-50 because I still think we should win, but I'm only going 53. I'm going right above 50-50. I think that this game, no matter what, has trap all over it. Even if we're 5-1, I still think I just don't like it. And again, I'm going. So like Jackson and I are going together. Okay, Ohio State. Maybe we're 7-0. The game everybody's talking about on the road at the Horseshoe. If we are 7-0 and Ohio State's undefeated, it will be probably a top 10 matchup.
And that impacts the percentage.
Dak, you get to go first on this one. I'll go second.
15%. We've saw this movie before.
That's all you got?
Yep. I don't remember the year, but you went into Ohio State and you got your ass kicked. I think that would be the same thing happen again.
My percentage is higher if we are like 4-3 or 5-2, believe it or not. If we're 7-0, good night. Dak, I like that number. I'm just gonna go with you at 15. That's too high. I'm going 11.
That's what I had. I had 11. 15's too high. Last time this happened was on my 21st birthday.
11 might even be too high.
Knocked out. Was that when Tommy Armstrong got knocked out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, I went out and I had one beer, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do anything.
I'm sorry, I'm lowering mine even more. I'm going down to 6.
Riker 5.
Jax,
I'm telling you what, guys, we're gonna be 7-0. Huskers gonna be dialed in, going to the horseshoe with and I'm gonna give them some love here. 20%.
all right. UCLA comes to town then the following week after we probably are just beat the crap up. Jackson, we'll let you start on this one.
UCLA at home, correct?
Yep.
I'm going to say, did you see their head coach at Big Ten Media Days? I'd say 60% win. I don't know, 60%.
We'll go reverse order here. Dak.
I also had 60%. UCLA is going to suck.
I had 63. I also think they're going to kind of suck.
I was even going to go higher. I'm going to go 69. I do. I think they're going to struggle with this new coach year one. And on top of that, like we've all seen the pictures of the Coliseum out there, and nobody showing up. The Big Ten's going to travel to LA. They will. I know this is at home, but it could be a rough season for UCLA in their inaugural Big Ten season.
When is that? November
2nd.
Yeah, you think those UCLA kids are going to want to come play here when they're 2-6? No.
And from warm weather to cold weather, UCLA's got a lot of road games this year. Their schedule's brutal. They're going to be beat up. I hope we're right on that. USC, we go out to Southern Cal. Austin, you start this one off.
I don't really know how good USC is going to be, so I honestly thought this was kind of one of the harder ones. I gave us a 17% chance just because I think their defense has historically been bad, and our defense has been decent the last couple of years, so it might be a decent matchup for us.
Jax?
I'm going to give us 30%. Who knows about LSU's defense, or excuse me, USC's defense. And I hope by that time we have gotten tougher, and USC hasn't. So I'll give us 30. On the road, tough game.
USC is another big question mark by this point in the year. Who knows where they're going to be? I mean, they could be 500. They also could be a top 15 team. It's just hard to tell. Miller Moss at quarterback looked good at the end of the year in their bowl game. Gosh, it's hard. It's on the road. If we're rolling, have momentum, and they're 500, it could be a 50-50 game, but I think you guys are in the ballpark there. I'm going to go 27.
Scary thing about them is they're going to have skilled players no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
They have a very fast wide receiver.
Yeah.
All right. This is just solely off I hate Lincoln Riley. I hate USC. 40%. And I really do not think Lincoln Riley is a good coach. I'm being serious there.
All right. I'll kick it off with Wisconsin. I believe are at home, if I remember right. Yep. Yeah, we are. Against Wisconsin, gosh, it'd be nice to beat them at home. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a battle. We should have won last year against them. Gosh, I feel like we should be the better team. We should be moving in the right direction. Year 2 rule. I'm gonna go 53. Austin.
Yeah, I had a similar thought. They were kind of in the same position we are. Are we really that much better? We probably have a better quarterback, but they're still a better team. I gave us also a 55% chance.
I had a 50% chance. I think it's a total coin flip. You both don't know how your quarterbacks are going to be.
Coin flip, yep, 50-50. I'm with him.
Okay, we'll reverse order for the Iowa game. At Iowa, Black Friday. Jax?
Yeah. We're going to have a chance in this game, right? Like, we're going to have a chance to win, I think, for sure. That's a coin flip, too. I mean, like, we could have beat them. I mean, how many in the last...
Every year.
We had a chance to beat them, should have beat them every year. So you gotta hope that. I mean, if you're excited for the season now, you got to hope that we're that good at the end of the year. So I think it's a coin toss, 50-50.
I had 40%. God, you would think Iowa's offense is gonna be better.
I mean, their offense should be better, assuming Cade's healthy all year, and they could potentially, based off their schedule, be fighting for a playoff spot. Like, it's not out of the realm to think they'll be a top 12 team going into last week. But I also gave us a 50-50 just because we'll also be competitive, hopefully, the last week for something. And it's always competitive.
It's Iowa, always competitive. Iowa's schedule is very easy, and I like that take, Austin. I've heard that from other people as well, that Iowa might be able to make a push for a playoff.
Jesus.
We're on the road. I don't think it's quite 50-50. It's going to be a dogfight. Neutral site, every time we play Iowa every year, it's 50-50. But I'm going to give the edge to them. I'll just line up with Dak there. There you go.
Wow.
So Austin's 7.21. Dak 7.3.
Look at me, the big Husker fan.
Jackson
I think that's just from your
6.91.
hatred of USC.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
And what was our actual spread? 7.5? 6.5?
7.5.
7.5. No one got there.
So no
So we're
one
all taking the under, which makes sense. We're a pretty pessimistic bunch.
Yes, but we're all barely under. So with the few minutes we have left, I want everybody to go through their floor and ceiling on wins out of 12.
I'll start. I would definitely say our floor would probably be a realistic floor is 4-8. I think we get the 2 wins, UTEP and that, and then we probably get 2 other wins from sluggish Big Ten play. Our ceiling, probably 11-1, probably 10-2. Actually, I changed my mind. 10-2. Lose to Ohio State, lose another game, but I think realistically, that's the ceiling we'll have for us.
Dak?
Your floor is 3 wins, I think. Because what happens if Royal comes out, he sucks. And then your season's screwed. And then your ceiling is 11-1. Those first 7 games are really easy. You probably lose to Ohio State, and then you can win out after that. It's not terribly tough after that. And just like the other way around, what if Royal was really good?
It's true.
Here's my floor. We're not getting worse than last year. It's not possible. I don't think
it's possible.
I'm going 5 wins floor. Ceiling, I'm I'm gonna go 10. If everything
you want to say
out,
more than that though.
If everything pans out, I'm going 10. But I think most realistic. It's weird though. Obviously, we're all a lot closer to the floors than we are the ceilings. I think that's just being optimistic. Jax?
I don't know. I think floor 4-8, ceiling 9-3. And you know what? If we won 8 games, I hate to say it, but I'd be jacked. So I don't know. I'd say 4-8. I could see it. I mean, it would hurt to go 4-8, obviously, but I could see 9-3 if things go well. So hope 9-3.
Yeah, I think it's every year. It's one topic that we like to just go through, and everybody does, as they're looking at their teams, and I mean any sport. Like, what is the potential with this group? And every year, I think Husker fans think that we have the very high potential. I don't
You just don't think we're going to be worse than last year. We lost 5 games by 3 points.
But your main goal this year is to make a bowl game, right?
Right.
Yes, I think that would check the boxes, but it just depends. It's not out of the realm of possibility that with 12 teams getting in the playoffs, you just never know how they're going to seed them. Our schedule is one of the easiest in Power 5. I really do think that of all these teams. So
don't look ahead to next year.
Yeah. Thanks for that. All right. Good episode, fellas. We will be Be back on Sunday. Check us out on YouTube. Get to watch Dak. Dak does not have the fan in the background today. So good job on that. All right. Go Big Red.
Go Big
GBR.
Red. Thanks, guys.
Boomer Sooner.